So, this is happening. Again, it's almost like cops are violent and there's a culture of rehiring cops who commit murders to different branches because of police unions. The only unions to be made entirely out of scabs. Join an org, join an org, you nerds. So, while we have en masse protests against the murders of black people, let's talk about Blue Lives Matter. And of course, since I'm a leftist, you know all the standard points. You're not born blue. You sign up for a dangerous job, a job that exists to financially disadvantage people of color and break up their communities. All that jazz. You know that fishermen, taxi drivers, and loggers have more dangerous jobs, and that in situations without police and with minimal police, crime actually goes down. I don't need to tell you that about these things, but I do need to tell you about the ideology behind Blue Lives Matter, which again is a disgusting, hateful ideology. It's the idea of cop entitlement. Cops are taught that they can do whatever they want to make somebody obey the law, but this law goes double if someone is taking a class that teaches about the war on cops. They'll teach about a bulletproof mentality, the idea that you, a cop who signed up to potentially die, can't get killed because you're a cop and you're above that. And if you and you can't die if you enact any and all force on a civilian. This is where you see situations like Philando Castile, Mike Brown, George Floyd, and any other intimidating black person getting disproportionate force applied to them. No, I'm not going to be showing any of their videos here because I don't want to post that kind of triggering content, and we all know what happened to these people. And before you accuse me of being paranoid, this is something that Sheriff David Clark says on the regular, including on his video for PragerU. He frames police as these rabid dogs that you have to appease by laying down or standing still, and don't you dare resist arrest because you can't resist arrest because then you're threatening a cop by resisting arrest. When you mix this mindset with the aggressive funding of the police, what you end up with is a bunch of wasps. Aggressive insects with way too much firepower and a hard shell with the instinct to shoot whatever moves. This is why, by the way, police militarization is a bad thing, because you're just giving the wasps bigger stingers. So, what's the solution? Well, there isn't one until we abolish the police force. But until then, push for budget cuts, push for police losing special forces gear, remove and remind them every time of the tear gas and the rubber bullets they shot into directly into people's faces. We can't remove the wasps until we remove the nest, but we can always smoke the nest out a little bit.